Hey you guys, welcome back. I am all smiles today because I'm really excited for this video. Obviously, you're gonna find out when we are transferring our embryo or embryos. So yeah, I'm super excited. If you're new to my channel, then my name's Anna and I am a mama of a 4-year-old girl and a stepmama to a 9-year-old girl. My husband and I are trying to conceive again, which has led us to IVF. So if you want to stay following along our journey because it's getting really exciting, hit the subscribe button before you leave and let's get into the video. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same shirt as I was wearing in my last video, it's because I am filming this the same day as that video. So don't think I'm like gross and wearing the same shirt over and over again. I'm in the middle of filming my day in the life that you would have already seen today, but you're gonna see that on Monday. I don't know. So in my hand, I am holding our frozen transfer calendar. So let's go over the calendar, and I want to talk to you guys about this frozen transfer because initially when I got the calendar, I was like, holy HE double hockey sticks, this is a huge setback. And then finally I realized that it actually wasn't a setback, or it was, but it turned into a huge blessing. So I will tell you guys that kind of at the end. So if you're ready, Saley, I don't know what she's eating back there. If you're ready, we will be pregnant until proven otherwise, which is the slang, like the term they use for those who have done an IVF transfer. You're pregnant until proven otherwise. So we will be pregnant, hopefully, on May 31st. That is my embryo transfer day, and I'm really excited about it. When I first got the calendar, I was devastated, and I'll tell you why. Most frozen transfers, after you stop birth control, if you even take birth control, it depends on if you take birth control or not, but it should be a 6-week thing if you are taking birth control. So after you stop birth control, you should be 3 weeks till transfer. And when they sent me the calendar, it was 5 weeks. And I was like, no way, I am not waiting 5 more weeks. But our physician is on vacation for 2 weeks in May, and of course the first week he's on vacation would have been the 3rd week in the week of our transfer. So that to me, in that very moment, I was like, what a huge setback. This journey has been full of setbacks if you're new. And I was like, I am not trying to wait another 2 weeks past the 3-week mark. But our doctor is the only one who will do his embryo transfers. He does not prefer the other doctor to do the transfers for him because there is another doctor in the practice, but it's not happening. Because I asked, I said, you know, what about this? What about that? And they're like, no way. He's gonna transfer his own. So not the best news because it should have been around May 17th. But I will tell you guys why at the end of the video this is not actually a huge setback. So here's my frozen transfer calendar. You can screenshot if you want to. It's probably not gonna make any sense. But once I stop the birth control, this is where this calendar picks up. So I took birth control for 3 weeks. I had a lot better time on it than I had previously, if you guys are wondering. So after the birth control stopped, my cycle came 3 days later. And they said, okay, on day 3 of your cycle of like the, essentially the bleeding, you will start estrogen patches. I will show you those patches in a second on my stomach. But it says start Vivel dot patches, which are estrogen patches. And they also have like an oral pill you can take. I wish I would have known that before we spent the money on these patches. But when the patches run out, we're gonna switch to the oral because it's much cheaper. So 3 patches at a time, changing every 3rd day. So I put them on Thursday, and then I just changed them today, which is Sunday. So I will change them every 3 days until our actual embryo transfer. And the adhesive hurts like a, you know what I mean. Okay, estrogen patches, really quick, I'll show you what they look like. Here are my 3 that I have on right now. Hopefully the light's reflecting off of them. And then here's where my last 3 were. The adhesive, I'm having a hard time getting it off. but you can put them either on your stomach, your back, or your arms. They just don't want them near your breasts. But honestly, the only side effect that I have from them so far has been major headaches, 100% headaches. But yeah, there's my patches. So I'm also supposed to be taking 4,000 IUs of vitamin D and my prenatal vitamin, and also a baby aspirin. And I am doing all of those things. Those are the only things that I'm on. There's nothing extra that I'm on. Okay, so this will be just what I'm doing up until May 24th. May 24th is the day that I go in for an ultrasound and they will check my lining. Also a very important day that I'm going to talk about how it's a blessing. But they check your lining and essentially they want to see it. Some clinics want to see your uterine lining over 7 millimeters. Some want it over 8. I didn't ask what they wanted to see it under, but I'm going to be doing a lot of things in between now and then, hopefully to help my lining thicken, because they're only doing one lining check. So I'm assuming if my lining is not good enough that day, they will cancel the transfer and push it back. But because I have 5 weeks, I'm sure it's going to be fine. Fingers crossed. So May 24th, all that happens. We had to sign new consent forms. We have to give those. Then the consent form is the moment we have to choose how many embryos we want, 1 or 2. So we had the consent forms here signed and notarized. I'm not 100% sure on the embryo yet if we're going to do 1 or 2. I'll do a video whenever we decide. My husband and I will not have communication for a few weeks in May, and we'll talk about that too at the end of the video. So I have to make a decision at some point while we still have contact with each other. So we'll get into that. And okay, May 24th, if lining checks out, everything's great. 2 days later, when I change my patches, I will be starting progesterone and oil, which is in like the upper gluteal like muscle, like up right by where your bottom is. And I will do that for 5 days, which is crazy. So on the 5th day will be the transfer, May 31st. They will also have me start antibiotics around the time of my transfer, just as like a precautionary thing. They do that for every transfer. We were on them when we planned on doing a fresh transfer, so which is crazy. May 31st is the day we will be pregnant until proven otherwise with our embryo or embryos. And yeah, I'm excited to have this calendar. The longest 3 weeks of my life was the birth control this past time. I was just ready to get this calendar so I would have a date for myself and to tell you guys. So let's talk about why it was considered a setback to me. So I've mentioned this before, but my husband has military training this whole entire month. He left this morning. He will not come back until the end of May. And I wasn't even sure like what day it was. And it's just like regular annual training for those of you who have husbands like in the Guard or Reserves. They have annual training. It's just a little bit different this year. It's down in Louisiana. So they're just doing like regular training, not in Iowa. So that's why they're actually gone a little bit longer. But what is so amazing, which I didn't even realize this till yesterday, he actually will come back in time to be there for my lining check at least. And for my progesterone shots. He'll be here for every progesterone shot the 5 days leading up to transfer. And he will be here for transfer. I'm so excited. Before, if you guys are new, we knew that it was going to be mid-May for a transfer. At least we thought that. That's what we were told to begin with, was that it would be mid-May. And he was going to be gone. There was no ifs, ands, buts. He just was not going to be here. So I had a friend of mine like on standby, like she was ready to go. And then when I got this and realized it was a 5-week wait because of the vacation that he has gone on, I realized, wait a second, you're going to be able to come. And all I had to do was like switch a flight schedule of 1 day, which was amazing. And I am so grateful and thankful that he's been able to, that it's kind of worked out for us. Like, what a blessing. I know it sucks to wait 2 more weeks on top of it. And believe me, these are gonna be the longest weeks of my entire life probably. But I am so happy and excited and thankful. Like, I'm just kind of thankful that the doctor went on vacation and pushed it out. I'm actually very happy. I mean, we've waited for 2.5 years, you know, with 2 more weeks, it's not going to kill me. Hopefully not. But yes, I am really, really excited to share this with you guys finally. And like, we're getting so close. Like, I can't stop smiling because we're getting so close. And like, this whole process we've gone through, just the ringer, like everything that has gone wrong, I feel like has happened, except for canceling anything. Like, thank goodness it hasn't happened to us, and hopefully it doesn't happen to us. But I'm so excited, you guys, to share this with you. Honestly, I just like can't believe it's getting so close after all that we've gone through. So with that being said, that's it. May 31st is the day that we will be implanting our baby or babies, and praying to the Lord for 2 weeks after that, that they stick, or the one sticks, or however many we put in sticks. Again, I will do a video whenever we have 100% decided how many we're gonna put in. There's a lot of factors that we're kind of playing with and thinking about in regards to how many we want to put in. So yeah, I'm getting nervous and excited, but I'm all smiles today because I am really looking forward to this time in our lives, and just this moment that IVF literally leads up to, just that moment of watching those embryos go into the uterus and then finding out, you know, if you are expecting or not. So that's all I have for this video for you guys. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, your kind words. I just can't get enough of it, honestly. And there's so many of you right now that are in your 2-week waits that I'm thinking of. There's 2 of you right now that I'm thinking of that you're in your 2-week wait, and I'm waiting to hear how yours goes. Good luck to those of you who are waiting right now. And please always feel free to message me on Instagram if you have any questions, or if you're in your journey. I love being a part of your guys' 2-week waits, your transfer, when you tell me how many eggs you got. I'm all about that life. I love hearing success stories, because honestly, IVF success stories just gives me hope and makes me realize that that could be us here in the next, you know, month and a half or so. So thank you guys so much. I will let you guys off this video because I always kind of ramble on at the end. But if you want to stay following along for us, please subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.